So this is the last part of 6.4 of exponential growth and decay, and it's very similar to compound interest. So you need to pause the video right now and you need to copy all of this down. Here are the key parts of it. So compound interest is the interest earned on principal, which is your initial amount, and on previous earned interest. The balance of y of an account earning interest is, so here it is. Here is the balance. That's what you end up with. P is super important. P is the initial amount, what you started with. So if you put $100 into a bank, if you put $1,000 into the bank, that's what you started with. Okay, R is the annual interest rate in decimal form. That's R. T, remember I said that T is always in years. And notice there's an N here, which is different, and there's an N in the denominator underneath the rate. That is the number of times the interest is compounded or calculated each year. So sometimes it's calculated once a year, sometimes calculated twice a year, but that's how many times a year it is compounded. Okay, so looking at example 5 from your book, you deposit $100 into your savings account that earns 6% annual interest and is compounded monthly. Write a function. So you write it down. So what is our initial amount? How much did I put into the savings account? $100. So that's how, this is your P. That stays right there. Okay, what's the interest? 0.06. It's 6%. So you put it here for R. Now here's the tricky part. It says that it's compounded monthly. So remember, time is in terms of years, so you leave that as T. But how many times a year it's compounded is N. So how many months are there in a year? 12. So that's why for N, you're going to plug in 12 right here. And you're also going to plug in 12 right here. And then you have your formula. Okay, here's monitoring progress 8. You deposit $500 into a savings account that earns 9% annual interest, compounded monthly. Write and graph a function. Okay, so what's the principal in this problem? 500. Good. And what's the rate? 0.09. So that's my R. Over the number of times it's compounded a year, and how many times is it compounded in a year? 12. Now remember, there's another N here, so you got to make sure to put an N here. Okay, so now we're going to take out your calculator. You're going to calculate this, 0.09 divided by 12, and then you're going to add 1 to it. I'm going to give you a minute to check that. Grab my calculator. So 0.09 divided by 12, and that number, I'm going to add 1 to it, came out to be 0.00. So 1.0075 to the 12t. I forgot to put my 12 up there. That's my new function.